Hey friends, it's Robin. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the start of Becca's 48-hour Bookoplathon, and I am starting this vlog a little early. It is like 9 a.m. and the readathon starts at 6 p.m. tonight, so I decided to start this vlog a little bit early, and I thought I would take you along with how I'm prepping for the readathon and talk about the first couple of books that I'm going to be reading, everything like that, what the game plan is for the next 48 hours. But little wrench in the plans here. But Naga, our 1-year-old Malamute, got spayed yesterday, and she did not respond super great to the anesthesia. Like, she was fine during surgery, but as she came off of it yesterday, she decided to spend the whole night puking. And it was a very long night, right, sweet girl? So we took her to the vet right away this morning, and by we, I mean my husband, because I stayed up all night with her. Our house is a mess. It is a disaster because it was dark last night, and so there are like stains everywhere, so we have to get all of that out of our gross bedroom carpet, and so I have to mop the floors and stuff today. But I got a coffee that is essentially espresso with a splash of almond milk from my favorite local coffee shop. They also gave her a sedative, which she is currently fighting. It has been a 24-hour period, and I am tired. But we are going to make do. I was originally going to take you along for like my errands and stuff, but I ended up running them at like 9 p.m. last night, at like 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, and so I didn't take footage with that. Sweetie, just relax. She also looks like a sausage with like her fur sticking out. She's so funny. But yeah, that's our little poor sausage dog with IV fluid on her because she was so dehydrated that they gave her an IV fluid, which is part of the reason why she keeps getting sick. Is she was dehydrated and she keeps trying to chug water, and then her stomach would just like revolt. So she now has a whole IV, so she's not dehydrated anymore, and they gave her some antibiotics and an anti-nausea and a sedative. So we have sedatives for the next couple of days for her. But yeah, so that's the state of things right now. But I figured I would start this early. Naga, get away from there. Trying to drink the cat's like tiny little water dish. You cannot possibly be thirsty. You got an entire IV bag. Yeah, we have to do some cleaning and prepping and stuff like that. I'm going to be hanging out in our guest bedroom since I don't want to like disturb my husband if I stay up late and stuff, which is going to be extra challenging now that I didn't sleep last night. So I'm going to put on a bit of a face so that we can feel a little human today, because right now I feel like a zombie. Okay, but time to get ready. Hopefully by then the dog gets tired.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations, cause I've always been told that things
So I was sitting here catching up on some DMs, and the puppy finally succumbed to the sedative. So I'm going to show you a picture. She is such a precious little angel. That little lip is killing me. She is out cold. So I'm gonna use this time to start cleaning up. Hopefully you can hear me because I don't have my microphone plugged in, but there's like paper towel and trash everywhere. I'm not even gonna show you our disgusting carpet, but there's like paper towels all over the floor. This is where I'm gonna be hanging out. So I need to clean up all of like the paper towel and stuff all over the floor. I need to clean up the bed and just kind of get everything settled up. This is my litter box, so I want to vacuum and clean that out because I need to clean that out and everything like that. I'm gonna clean the floors. That's not a stain, that's a burn in our floor. Same thing with that. We need to get these floors fixed, but This is where I'm gonna be hanging out, and then this is my office. That's our master bedroom, but like I said, there's stains on the carpet. I don't want to show that. It's really not cute. So hang out there, and we hang out here. So I want to get all of this set up. I have gotten most of the rooms cleaned up. I got the litter box cleaned out. I got like all the floors cleaned and everything like that. And I am now charging my ring light. That's like also a tripod. I'm charging my Kindle. I'm charging my headphones. I think we are just about good. I have another cup of coffee. I have a bunch of fruit to try and get me some sustenance here. I considered taking a nap for a minute, but that would probably make me feel worse. I'm not a big napper, and naps tend to make me feel even worse unless I'm sick. I'm gonna get some more water, eat, drink a little bit more coffee, and hopefully we're good for the day. But I thought I would use this time to talk about the like first roll and everything like that. So in the announcement video, we got to the first 2 prompts. So for every roll, you get 2 prompts. And my goal for most of these is to see if I can like combine the prompts. I wasn't able to for this first one, but I think it's going to be okay. So the first prompt was to read a short book, and for that I am going to read Thief by Cassie Mint. This is a super short novella. I think it's like 50 or 60 pages. Like it's really short. This is only going to take me like 45 minutes to read. And then the other one was a book that has to do with the gods. For that one, I'm going to listen to A Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair. I have a ALC of this from NetGalley, and I don't remember how long this is. I will have to take a peek at that. Okay, so the audiobook on NetGalley is like 12 and a half hours long, and I listen at 2.5 speed, so that should take me 4.5 hours if I listen straight through. So I'm hoping that I can get both of those read in the first chunk of the readathon, so you get a roll drop every, is it every 12 hours? It's every 12 hours. So I'm hoping that I can get those guys read. My plan, I think, is to read the novella first, so that like one book done right away, and then I will start listening to A Game of Retribution until I fall asleep. Since it starts at 6 p.m. my time, I want to stay up until at least 10, so I want to get that like first 4 hours in. My original plan was to try to stay up until like 11 or 12, but I didn't sleep last night. So, and then if I need to finish like the last hour of the audiobook during the second like roll drop, I will. We shall see. There's no way I'll read 8 books. That's like in 40 hours. That is not something that I'm aiming for. And like I said, I'm aiming for 4 books in total. I would like to try and combine them as much as I can. I just wasn't able to for this first one, because I kind of had my heart set on reading A Game of Retribution, and that book is 400 pages long. So it wasn't going to work out for me. But that's okay. We are going to make it work, and then the rest of the readathon, hopefully we can combine that. So that's the game plan. I got my phone cleaned off as well, so that I actually have space on my phone for clips, because I had like 10 minutes of space left. Let's get some laundry done. Let's get some snacks and stuff together. Hello. So it is now like 2 o'clock. I was just joking with my husband that I feel legitimately hungover. I'm not hungover, but lack of sleep, and it's like 70% humidity today, so I just feel so gross. Whenever I don't get a lot of sleep, my IBD acts up, and so I'm just like not living my best life today. The readathon is getting closer. I have a lot of stuff already prepped, so I am now just gathering some things together so that I can do some stuff while I'm listening to my audiobook. I am currently working on a cross-stitch project. This is what it looks like so far. It's just a little witch girl reading. There's going to be like a hat right here. So I have this one. I still have to finish the colors, and then I still have to do the outlines as well. But I thought I would go onto Etsy and see which projects I have saved, and I might download one of those. I'm gonna do that really quick just in case I need to run out and pick anything up. So I'm gonna go choose my next project. I'm gonna get all of that set up, and I'm gonna get like a little container and stuff to put all of that in. By the time we're done with all of that, the readathon will probably be about to start. So I'm gonna go get the rest of this set up, and I will check back in with you in a bit.
All the things will unfold if you keep on waiting, but then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken.
So the ones that I ended up getting were a rainbow brain anatomy one. Reason I ended up getting that one, which I'm sure it seems really rare to most people, but I work in MR research, MRIs, so I do a lot of brain scan research. And so I would like to put that on this wall above my desk. I have like a work from home print from Holly Nichols. So this is the print. It's my work from home wardrobe. And so the one on the left is my 8 a.m. work outfit. The center one is 7 p.m. lounge pre-pajamas. And the one on the right says 10 p.m. fall asleep with a book on my face. Want to get some more work stuff, so I want that like MR to go right. So I got that one, and then I just got a really cute, that's not what you wear, I just got a really cute cat one with a coffee mug. That's gonna go on this wall, and those are just like my favorite ones. I have some other ones that I really want to hang up, but I decided to get these two since they are also pretty simple, since the one that I'm currently working on, that witch one, is pretty like detailed. So these will be fun, like simple ones. So here's the brain one, which I just think is really cute. That, and then the other one, this cozy cat. I think they're really adorable. So those are the ones that I got. So I'm going to print these guys off and then check the colors to see if there's anything that I need to go get. And then if I do, I will make that list and I will take you along with me if need be.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing.
Hello. So it is 2 hours until the readathon, and I just got back from running a couple of errands. We needed some white rice for the dogs, and I got some stuff for my cross stitch projects and some blueberries. I just went to Trader Joe's really quick after Michael's. Oh, and I got myself a shaken espresso. Personally, I'm partial to the chocolate one over the brown sugar oat one. Now it's time to fold some laundry. I think this is my last chore before I'm done. I'm gonna try to move you to the bed so that I don't know if this is gonna work. I think you're gonna fall over. Okay, I think you're gonna stay. We are making chicken and rice for our poor pup. But meanwhile, I am going to fold the last of the laundry. I just have towels and a load of hand wash. So I think this is it. And then I'm going to finally get settled and possibly start my audiobook just a little bit early. Like I said, it's already after 4. So I'm not starting like that early, but it's been a long day. And I know I'm not going to be able to stay up super late tonight since I barely slept last night. So I'm going to give myself an hour or so before the readathon starts to get started, since I know I'm going to end up not staying up as late as I had originally planned. As soon as I'm done folding towels, I will take you into the room and show you everything that I have and how I set it up and everything like that. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for pre-readathon stuff. So I will check back in with you in a little bit to show you the room, and then we can get started reading. Alrighty, so this is where we're at. This is our guest bedroom. And so I have my tripods right here. I have my coffee still over here. I just have a little rug, a little garbage can. This is just like a folding table with my computer. Down here I have, this was the snack basket, but now it's just like stuff for me to do. So I have my cross stitch in here. These are the strings that I need to get into these containers. I have a couple of puzzles as well as a board that I can do the puzzles on. And then I also have our Nintendo Switch. I have a Pokemon game that I can play as well. Over here, this is now the snack basket, so everything is in there. My water bottle, the Keurig, and then I have this little tray. This is my Kindle, my fully charged headphones, and then I have like a cedar cushion and some blankets. So this is where I'll be hanging out for the next couple of days, and I am actually going to put in my headphones because it is 52 minutes until the reading. Just took a shower because I was really sticky and gross from the humidity and taking care of Naga and everything like that. So I am going to put in my headphones and I am going to actually start in on a game of Retribution. I'm going to pop up the cover right here. This comes out, I think, the 31st of May. So it's coming out really soon when you're seeing this vlog. This is the second book in the Hades saga, and this technically takes place at the same time as A Touch of Ruin, but it is from Hades' point of view. I have this on audio. I've listened to all of these books on audio, so I'm really excited to get into this one, and I will check back in with you once the readathon actually starts.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for.
So we just finished the first sprint and I am at 70% of Thief by Cassie Mint, and I'm using this for the short book prompt. It says I have 9 minutes left in the book, so I will finish that up in the next sprint. We finished up the first sprint and I thought it was like the middle of the night. It's not even 7 yet, but my brain is just like so tired. Cassie Mint's romance, like her romances, her romance novellas are super short, super insta-lovey, and they're a good time. They're cute. They're great for this type of thing. I'm glad that I picked this one up. It's like the perfect like ease in to the readathon. And I did technically start a game of Retribution, but I think I'm only like 12 minutes in. I think I'm on like the second chapter, so I didn't get very far. We ended up ordering Chinese food for dinner. So yeah, I think that's it for this check-in. I just wanted to give you that little update about the ebook. I will do another check-in at the end of our next sprint to give this one a final rating, a final review. I didn't talk about the plot of this. There's not much plot, but essentially our heroine is a thief and she ends up breaking into this like Silicon Valley tech guy's apartment because he purchased this big sapphire that she wants, and when she breaks in, it turns out he's actually in the apartment and they have a steamy night together, and then she leaves and now he is sending her on like a treasure hunt. So that's the plot of this. Like I said, I only have 9 minutes left, so I'll finish this up in just a bit and then I will get on to a game of Retribution. Alright, I was gonna wait until the end of this sprint, but this ended up being a really short 20-minute sprint, and so we only have like 4 minutes left anyways, but I just finished Thief by Cassie Mint. I'm giving this 3 stars. It was fine. It was a fun romance novella, but there just wasn't like quite enough to it. There wasn't enough to the characters, the plot. There wasn't enough like good steamy scenes. It was just kind of mediocre, but I do think that Cassie Mint's romance novellas are really fun, so it's perfect for a readathon. But it is now 7:30 and I'm gonna get some more water before the next chatty part starts, and then at the next sprint I'm gonna dive back into a game of Retribution. So see ya a little later. Good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. I just turned on Jade's sprints. They're in the middle of their last sprint. I'm just gonna use it to make coffee. I need some coffee, but We left our blinds open yesterday. We have like blackout curtains, and sorry, light in here is super yellow. We have blackout curtains, and it was really hot yesterday, so we left them open. And the sun woke me up because our bedroom window faces east, so sunrise is at like 5:15 or something right now. So I woke up and figured out that my husband sleeps since he was up super early yesterday with the dogs, which is why I'm talking so quiet. So hopefully my microphone is picking it up. But yeah, I figured since he was up at like 5 yesterday, I would get up. Plus, it's the next roll drop is in 30 minutes. So I figured perfect time to make coffee, get the dogs out, and get ready for the next roll drop. I got to about 40%, I think, into a game of Retribution, and I'm really liking it so far. It took me a minute to figure out where in the story we were in this. So originally I was trying to read these in timeline order so that I wouldn't get the story mixed up, but I had a library audio copy of A Touch of Malice come in, and it took forever for it to like come in, so I didn't want to like let it lapse. And so I decided to listen to it, and I didn't know if I was going to get an arc of this. So I was like, I might not even read it until June. I ended up reading Touch of Malice before this, and so I got confused on like what happened in which book. So it took me a minute to like orient myself in the timeline, but once I did, I'm very interested in this side of the story. I really like that in these, the plots themselves are pretty different. You just get like little glimpses of them coming together and like their story overlapping versus just rehashing everything. In A Touch of Ruin from Hades' POV, it is very much like he has his own plot outside of his relationship from Persephone. So you still get like a whole new story. You just figure out like why Hades did some of the things that he did, and it's very interesting. I like how she did that. And the audiobooks for these are really good, so I like that. But yeah, I am gonna go make some coffee. I'll do some B-roll here of me making coffee, and then we're gonna do the next roll drop, and I'll take you along while we pick a book. I don't know if I'm in the mood for something physical or audio or what the deal is. I do still want to finish A Game of Retribution today as well. I don't remember how long I have. I think I have like 4 hours yet. I ended up having to drop this down to 2 times speed because on NetGalley they don't let you like increment by 1%. It's just halves. And 2.5 was just too fast. I needed like 2.3. We're listening at 2 times speed instead. So it was a little bit longer. It's like a 6-hour audiobook, and I ended up passing out at like 10:40 yesterday. So, all right, coffee time. Check back in with you in a minute.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling.
I think you're still gonna be able to see the light, but you can see Aaron too. There's Aaron. So my husband is up. He is at the gym, so I no longer have to whisper into my camera. But I am watching sprints on Aaron's channel and drinking my coffee. And I am now 45% into A Game of Retribution. and we just got to the part that I remember from A Touch of Ruin. So I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't read the series, because in A Touch of Retribution, a big plot thing happens and it kind of changes the trajectory of the rest of the story. And so we just got to that in this book. And so I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I don't know exactly how much I have left, but I think I'm at 46% into it. So hopefully I think I have like 3-ish hours left. So it's probably going to take me the rest of this sprint session to get through that. But the second roll drop happened. And so we got another 2 prompts. The first one is an audiobook or an ebook. So I am using A Game of Retribution for that as well. And then the other one was to read a book with a color in the title. So I'm going to see if I can find like a KU novella that has a color in the title. I'm gonna take a little peek while we are chatting here and see what I can find on KU. Hello, you are balanced quite precariously in my bathroom. Hopefully you stay, but I'm still sprinting with Erin. Totally forgot who was running sprints for a second there, but I need to get ready for the day. Erin was just getting the next sprint all set up, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this time to update the vlog, get ready, and then dive back into my audiobook. But I sifted around on KU for like an entire sprint, trying to find a romance novella that had a color in the title, and it took me forever to find one. I went to like all of my default authors for like, oh, if I need ebook for something, like here's the authors that I go to. And I checked all of them and it took forever to find one of them that had a color in the title that wasn't like 400 pages. So it took me forever, but I finally found one and I am going to read, popped up here, it's by N.R. Walker, Red Dirt something. I'm gonna read this. It's like 160 pages, I think. And I've read from N.R. Walker before, and Mariah from Mariah Reads It, will link down below, loves N.R. Walker, and she gave this one like 4 stars, and she's a harsh rater. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna go for it. So I'm gonna quickly brush my teeth, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna put on like a little bit of makeup. I just want to feel a little human today since I'm not planning on going anywhere. But I am now maybe like nearly 70% into A Game of a Retribution. And it's funny because like I read these out of like, not read these out of order, but I went and read A Touch of Malice before this one. And I forgot how much I hated Persephone in A Touch of Ruin. And I hate Persephone just as much in this one. She is just such a petulant child in this book. And like, no matter how many times everyone tells her, here's how things need to go and here's why, she just doesn't listen to them. And in the end, she ends up ruining everything. And it's just so frustrating, like hearing her like say all these terrible things about everyone when they're just like trying to do their fucking jobs. Like I said, I don't want to talk too spoilery about what is happening, but essentially something bad is happening and she wants everyone to fix it. And they're like, we can't change it. Like, that's fate. She's like, but you said you would do anything. And they're like, well, yeah, but like, do you want to bear the burden of changing fate? And she's like, well, no. It's like, so what? You want everyone else to do it for you? Like, she just drives me nuts in this book. She, like, it's a little bit better in the next one, but I forgot, like, how much I hated her in this book. And luckily, like, we're not getting nearly as much because it's from Hades' point of view, but we're getting to the part where she just makes the world's worst choices. I don't really want to relive it, but I'm interested in, like, Hades' side plot. Right now, this is also, like, a 3-star, just because I gave Touch of Ruin 3 stars because I found Persephone so annoying. And I just didn't find the plot of this one as interesting as book 1 or book 3. It's gearing up to be the exact same rating as its counterpart. I am excited to go into that novella, if you want to call it a novella. Like I said, I think it's like 160, 170 pages. I did not read the synopsis for it, so I have absolutely no idea what it's about. I know that N.R. Walker is Australian and they almost exclusively write romances, as far as I know. So it's an romance set in Australia, and that's all I got. So, but I have read other books from this author, so I am pretty certain that it's not going to be something I hate. And plus, the ratings for this were solid. That was another problem, is I didn't want to pick up a novella that had a 3-star rating just to fit a prompt. I was like, I at least want it to be something that I think I'm going to enjoy. And since I've read from this author before and this is on KU, I was like, all right, we can make this work. And it's short, so I don't feel like I'm just reading something for the sake of reading. I'm not going to do my hair because I'm thinking I want to take a bath today. I originally considered doing it yesterday, but it was still super hot and muggy last night, and so I decided to just wash my hair really quick. It cooled way down. We have, I'm gonna say, a cold front for the next 4 days. It's the upper 50s, low 60s, which I'm sure is cold to some people, but for here that's not terrible. Since it's cooled way down, I think it would be a good day for a bath. I went to Lush on Friday and picked up some bath bombs, and there's an elephant teapot one that I am desperate to use because it's so cute. So I'm thinking I'll do that today. So I'm not going to do my hair because my hair's just going to get ruined anyways. All right, so I think that's going to be it. Let's see, what time is it? It is 9 o'clock, so we have, 9 hours until the next roll drop. So I have tons of time. I think my audiobook says I have 2.5 hours left, and the ebook, the estimated time was just over 3 hours to read that. So that gives me a little bit of wiggle room. I am also kind of itching to do a puzzle, so maybe I will do that as well. I also need to do my nails. I really like these ones. I think they're so cute, but for whatever reason, wow, it's not focusing. Come on, there we go. I think these ones are really cute, but for whatever reason, I chipped 3 of them on my right hand, and so I need to get my nails done as well. So that's kind of the game plan today: bath, puzzle, nails, audiobook, ebook. So let's get to it. Okay, so we are just switching sprints. So we switched over to Becca's channel, and her and Erin again are running sprints, but during this one, I have an hour or so left of my audiobook. So I thought that we would do a puzzle. So I am back in my room here, and we are going to pick out a puzzle. I had grabbed a couple of options. These are the ones that I haven't done yet. This is a brand that I just really like. That is the brand, if you're curious. But they have these really cute 500-piece puzzles, and I just really like them. So there's this one. This one's called Curious Cats. There is this one called Boss Dogs, which I think is super funny. And then there is this one that I think is what do they call it? Creatures of the Cosmos, and it's foiled. I'm leaning towards this Boss Dogs one just because I think this is hilarious. No, you stay. That's so funny. So I think this is the one we're gonna do. If I want to do another, I'm kind of drawn towards the Curious Cats. Anything with cats is my Achilles heel. So I think this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go back downstairs and do this puzzle for the first sprint. This will probably take me an hour. So hopefully I can finish my audiobook while I do this. And I don't know if I've shown the puppy at all in the vlog. Hey, sweet girl. But this is our silly looking puppy. She looks like a sausage. Oh my god, she's covered. Hi, sweet girl. She was so sick the other day, in the video yesterday, but she was so sick Thursday night, poor little girl. But she's doing much better now, so that's our furry little sausage going on. But oh, and the cat. Yeah, she's feeling so much better, right, girl? Right, Knuckle Bear? Yeah. Yeah, you're such a cutie patootie. She's eating chicken and rice and living her best life now, so. Where's the other one? Where's her brother? Is he down here? There he is. Hi, buddy. He probably wants to go outside. Puzzle. We got Becca and Erin. And let's get back to the audiobook. I just opened this app, and apparently I started this at some point because I have all the edge pieces. So I'm gonna pull these guys out. I just thought that was really funny. I don't remember starting this.
Close your eyes. Get some rest.
Okay, so I just finished A Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the second book in the Hades saga, which is the same timeline as A Touch of Ruin, and I'm giving this one 3 stars as well. I think I gave Touch of Ruin 3 stars. This is just my least favorite storyline of the series. It's very like set up for the rest of the series, because in this one we're kind of like getting to the war, and so everything is just kind of like build up to that. I did enjoy seeing in this one we get more of the like setup for the war, because Hades has to do these like different tasks and stuff, and so we get more behind the scenes on like how the other side is prepping for war, and like all of the little tricks and stuff that they play. And whereas Touch of Ruin was very much so about Persephone and her trauma and what she goes through, whereas this one we're getting more of the like behind the scenes like political plays. But yeah, it was good. It was fine. Yeah, I'm really excited for the rest of them because I really like A Touch of Malice, and it's set up for like a really good, or it left off in a really good spot. So I am just cleaning up this puzzle. I am going to sit down and start reading my ebook.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part.
Okay, so we are just switching over to what, the 5th round of sprints, and so that's going to be on Mel's channel. But it's like 2 o'clock and I'm freezing. It's like 60 degrees outside, which is like 16 degrees Celsius, and I'm freezing. It's not even that cold, but like it's been like 80 here, and so we're having a bit of a cold snap, and so I'm freezing. So I really want to take a bath, and I am now 23% into Red Dirt Heart by N.R. Walker. And so far this is really cute. It follows a man who's in his like mid-20s, and he is a farmer in the Australian outback, and he is on like one of the largest farms in the world, and they essentially farm in the desert. A guy from Texas who's a farmer, and he just graduated with like an agriculture degree, and he wants to, or he is spending like a month in the outback, like learning how they farm this like barren place. It is an MM romance between the two of them, and so far it's really cute. They've like gone horseback riding and they took a helicopter ride, and it's really cool. Like it is so different from my world. Like I live in the city, like I don't so like to hear about this like crazy farm and there's like evil snakes and giant spiders, and not for me, but it's really cute so far. I really like N.R. Walker's writing. But I think I'm going to take a bath, and then I will catch like the second half of Bell Sprints. Like I said, it's like 2 o'clock right now, so I'm probably going to take everything upstairs so that I can kind of settle in upstairs, because my husband's napping right now, but he'll probably wake up shortly. So I think that's it. I'm gonna take all my stuff upstairs. I'm gonna get into the bath and do some more reading.
Close your eyes. Get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here. It's gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna
Okay, so super quick update because the roll drop is happening in just a couple minutes over on Gav's channel. But I finished Red Dirt Heart by Enter Walker, and I'm giving this 4 stars. I thought this was so cute. The characters in here were just hot messes, and I loved them so much. And apparently, there are 3 more books in this series, and they all follow the same couple. So I'm really excited to continue on with it. So this was a really good pick, especially since it was something that I didn't have on my radar at all. So I'm always nervous when I do that because it's like, is this going to be worth it? But this ended up being really good. It's now time for Lexi and Gav's live show, and if you played or if you took part in Bookopoly last year, you know that their live show was chaotic last year, and I'm excited to see what they have going on this time around. I don't know how Gavin is still awake and on another sprint. It's like midnight there right now. I'm very excited for this one. So I'm gonna go watch this and get the next couple of prompts in 5 minutes and hopefully pick another book or two. Okay, so we just got the next set of prompts. Oh, I forgot my microphone. Hopefully this picks up my voice. And it is spooky and or young adult. And so originally I was like, well, shoot, what am I going to read? Because I don't read much young adult. So I have a couple of options. So I'm in my library. First option is I could reread the Grimrose Girls because I do, or not reread this. I do have an arc of the next book in this. I don't think I need to reread it, but I could do this. This is like a dark fairy tale YA. My other option is Extasia by Claire Legrand, but my one hesitation with this one is it is nearly 500 pages. But this one's spooky. But the one I think that I'm going to go with, oh, jeez, is Gallant by V.E. Schwab, and I have the Studying Waterstones edition. Oh, it's so pretty. But this is super short. It's like 300 pages, maybe. Let's see. Nope, nope. Yeah, it's just 300 pages, and this is available on Scribd. So I think I'm going to read this. This is YA. It is a haunting and beautifully tilled garden of darkness. The cover is super spooky, so I feel like this is the perfect choice. Plus, this was on my maybe TBR. I wanted to give a little update, but I'm going to keep Gavin in the background because he is doing something with drunk goggles. So he's gonna be playing in the background. He just did a bend and snap and flashed 1,100 people. So, but I wanted to give you an update already on Gallant by V.E. Schwab because I'm only on page 36, and I had heard like not the best things about this, but I'm listening to it on audio, and I got like chills, shivers, because there are these like other little passages in here, like from a notebook. And there is, let me see if I can find the picture of it because it was creepy. Here. So these are scenes out of her journal, and there's a bunch of like ramblings that are crossed out. And on the audiobook, that is a sound like a pen on paper, and it is so creepy sounding. And I was like, oh my god, give you the like, ugh, all the heebie-jeebies. Already really liking this. V.E. Schwab is one of those authors that their writing is just so good, and their stories don't always work for me, but the writing is always top notch, and that is already the case with this one. Even though it's YA, is the writing is just, it's stunning. So far we're following this young girl. Her name is Olivia, and Olivia doesn't speak. You don't know why she doesn't speak yet, but she can see ghosts or ghouls or something like that, the dead. And she is at this all-girls boarding school, and she has been there since she was an infant. As far as she knows, like all she has from her family is this journal that her mom wrote, which is what you're getting in some of these like little clips. like little entries from her mom's journal. You know that her father is dead and her mother dropped her off at this boarding school and disappeared, and she has lived there. She's now 14, and she receives a letter from her uncle that she didn't know about asking her to come back to Gallant. But the last line in her mom's journal says, "The dreams can never hurt you, and you'll be safe as long as you stay away from Gallant." And so she is on her way now to Gallant, and she is like excited to get out of the boarding school because she doesn't want to be there, but she feels like she is betraying her mom by going to Gallant, and she doesn't know what to expect. You can see Gavin doing a scavenger hunt and drunk goggles in the back. But yeah, so I'm really liking it so far. It's reading really fast. We don't get the next roll drop until 6 a.m. my time tomorrow, and it's 7 p.m. now, but I want to sleep tonight. So the audiobook for this said it's 7 hours, and I'm listening on 2 times speed, so I should finish it by like 10 o'clock tonight. So these guys don't do a whole lot of sprinting during this one. This is like the slumber party one, and so it ends up being a lot of like games and chatting. So I'm just gonna kind of keep them muted while I watch and listen to some more of Gallant.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone.
Good morning. So it is Sunday. It is 9:20 in the morning. My hair is a mess from my bath yesterday. I just finished my 4th book, and that was Gallant by V.E. Schwab. And this is really funny because this was originally a most anticipated book for me, and it was supposed to be one of the books that I vlogged this month for my 22 and 22 series. And I decided that I was like kind of done forcing myself to read some of those books because I was losing interest in some of them. Like I read all of the ones that I was most interested in first. God, my hair is so frizzy. And my interest was waning in all of the other books. And so I decided, I was like, "Ugh, I'll just pick this one up whenever I like get in the mood for it." Well, this was 5 stars. I loved this. I have had a bit of a journey with V.E. Schwab. I tried their Shades of Magic series, did not like it. I read another book of theirs. Oh, Vicious. I gave it like 2.5, 3 stars. I thought it was fine. That was boring. And I was like, okay, this author's just not for me. And then they wrote Addie LaRue, and that is one of my favorite books of all time. I ended up getting really excited for this one. Oh, I've also read their middle grade series, City of Bones, and that one's fun. And when they came out with this, I was like, okay, this is gonna be like the deciding factor. Like, did I just not like their like more fantasy stuff? And I think that's the case because the people that hate Addie LaRue also didn't like this because their complaints are the same, that there's not enough plot and that it's just vibes. And y'all, the vibes. The vibes were so good. That's literally the best way to describe this book. There's no plot, it's just vibes, and the vibes were 5 stars. This book is following, I kind of talked about this young girl who's at this all-girls boarding school because she doesn't have a family. She was left there when she was about 2, and she goes back to Gallant. And when she gets there, she meets her cousin who tells her that the uncle that supposedly wrote her the letter has been dead for a year. No one knows who sent her this letter. The house is spooky and creepy things start to happen. Her cousin is having these terrible nightmares, and she can see ghouls or ghosts or shades, however you want to call that. And she can see like all the old priors, all of the like old members of her family as shades, including her mother. And she is learning about her parents and this creepy house. I am gonna leave it at that because the synopsis does tell you quite a bit more, but I think going in just knowing that she's discovering the secrets of this house is all you really need to know. Any more than that, like it didn't ruin the story for me knowing more than that, but I think you would be, if you're like on the fence, go in knowing just that, and it will be a journey. But like the writing is stunning. V.E. Schwab's writing is unparalleled. It is so beautiful. It was lush. It was so eerie. The audiobook, I mentioned this, was perfection. If you are gonna read this, like there's all of these like illustrations and stuff throughout. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I loved this. I loved it a lot. I loved it a lot. So yeah, 5 stars. That was a bit of a shock, but that's my first 5-star rate. So we are on 4 books now. Last prompt, roll drop, whatever, just posted. I mean, it posted 3 hours ago, but I just saw it a little bit ago. Ended up sleeping until 8 today. I passed out at like 11:15 and I passed out so hard. I got like 5-ish hours of sleep 2 nights in a row. And so I was dead to the world. And so I ended up sleeping until 8, even though originally I was like, I'm gonna get up right at 6 again so I can see the roll drop. I did not. The last roll drops ended up being a feed scroll. So you scroll through your feed until you find a book that you have or have access to or something like that. And you could do any social media. And so originally I went to Goodreads and I was scrolling for ages. I'm gonna pop up the thing right here. So I was scrolling for a really, really long time and I found a couple that people had posted, like the second or third book in a series, that I was like, okay, I could read book 1 or whatever, but I wanted to find something that was like a legit like book that I own. And so finally I hit Wanted by Marley, is it Valentine? And so I did download this from KU. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it over on Instagram and see if that one goes better. And I'm gonna pop that one up here. The second post was by Steph from Novelty Corner, who I will link down below. And she posted about the entire Bergman Brothers series. And Ever After Always is book 3. And that's the only one that I haven't read yet. And it is set on a beach. And I was like, shut up, because the other prompt is a book that features water. And I was like, what are the odds? So Steph hooked me up with the perfect book. So thank you so much, Steph. I ended up downloading this from Hoopla. So this is what I'm going to go with first. It is like a 10-hour audiobook, but the audiobook is narrated at a very slow pace. So I'm listening currently at 2.4 times the speed. I have read books 1, 2, and 4. 5 just came out, but I skipped 3 for a vlog reason. But I'm going back now, and this is the oldest sister's book, and this is a marriage in trouble second chance romance. Our hero is a teacher. We met him in book 1, and him and the heroine have been married for quite a while, and I believe something is going on in their marriage. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they end up going on a trip to try and save their marriage. I believe that's the plot. This family is one of my faves. I love Chloe Lee's. I love this family so much. If you have not checked out the Bergman Brothers series, rectify that immediately. But I love the audiobooks for these, so I'm hoping that I can finish this in around 5-ish hours. So we have 8.5 hours left. So I'm hoping to finish this in 5-ish hours, and then if I am still feeling raring to go, I will pick up Unwanted as well. But if we don't get there, technically I've hit all 8 prompts with 5 books in, and I will be proud of that. I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee because this is giving me life right now. It's like bags under my eyes are they're a look. They're a look. I want to finish up this final book, and I'm on a bit of a time crunch since I woke up late. So I don't know, all these people that are like staying up, they're like, I've napped for like 2 hours over the last 2 days. I'm like, y'all are clearly younger than me. I've slept essentially full nights and I'm still exhausted. So all the power to you for the people that are staying awake. That is super impressive. But I'm dead. I got 5 hours and 6 hours of sleep and I thought I was like gonna die. That's it. I'm gonna go and read and I'll check back in with you a little bit later. Alrighty, so I just finished my 5th book, which was Ever After Always by Chloe Lees, and I am also giving this one 5 stars. I am a sucker for a good marriage in trouble story, and this one was so good. The generalized anxiety disorder rep in here was perfection. I viscerally connected to Aiden in this. There was a whole explanation in here about how he will hyper focus on errors and mistakes that he makes and how that will cause him to spiral, and I felt that in my bones. And it was very, very good. Perfection. The way that they found themselves like back to each other, and it was so good. There's also a scene in here with their therapist, and their therapist is talking about the lie that society convinces all of us about intimacy and about how it should be easy and come naturally, and you should essentially have like a sixth sense about your partner and all that. And she's like, intimacy is work and sometimes it's hard. And I loved that. Loved it a lot. So 5 stars to this one. And that finishes all 8 prompts. So I read 5 books over the last 46 hours. It's 3:30, but I'm gonna wrap it up now since I'm not gonna get another book in the next like 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, but I had such a good time participating in this readathon. Becca's sprints are happening right now, but I haven't spent any time with my husband this weekend, and I desperately need a shower because my hair is super frizzy from my bath yesterday. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday and I am filming this wrap up for the third time. I filmed this on Sunday as I was finishing up the readathon, but I was so tired that I was pretty much just like, okay, bye. And so I refilmed it yesterday, and while I was filming and like moving clips over, I somehow accidentally deleted this clip. So I am doing it again, but I wanted to give one final wrap up of all of the prompts and what I read for all of them. So I'm just going to quickly go through the prompts and share everything that I read for the readathon and my ratings. So the first roll drop was a short book, which I read Thief by Cassie Mint, and Gods, which I read Game of Retribution by Scarlett Sinclair, and I gave both of these 3 stars. They were fine, fun. For the second roll drop, my 2 prompts were an ebook and an audiobook, as well as a book with a color in the title. And I listened to A Game of Retribution and read Red Dirt Road by N.R. Walker on ebook, and so those kind of covered these 2 prompts. I gave Red Dirt Hard by N.R. Walker 4 stars. This was really good, and I am very excited to continue on with this series. The third roll drop was to read a young adult and or spooky book, and for that I read Gallant by V.E. Schwab, which fit both of the prompts, and I gave this one 5 stars. I loved this book a whole lot. And then the final set of prompts was to read a book that features water, as well as to do a feed scroll. So you scroll through your social media and find a book that you own, have on your TBR, or something like that. And for that, I was very, very lucky to come across Ever After Always by Chloe Leese, which somehow miraculously fit both of these prompts. I also gave this one 5 stars. This was so, so good, and I cannot wait to pick up the 5th book on audio when it comes out in June. That is everything that I read for this readathon. I had so much fun with this readathon. I really hope Becca continues to do it because this is just one of my favorite readathons to do every single year, and I always have such a good reading weekend, and this was no exception. So 5 books in 48 hours. Super proud of myself for that one, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye!